when they have to head back to school. But what can you sub in for over-processed sweet treats? Health and wellness reporter Sonia Azad spoke to an expert to get some tips.
Well, Dr. Sinatra, thank you so much for joining me this morning. This means a lot to me, and I know it'll mean a lot to parents who are watching out there. When it comes to weaning kids off of sugar and processed foods, you talk a lot about this, and you say it's very important, especially now. Explain why.
Well, you know, one thing about sugar is that the average American eats about 160 pounds a year. And this is way too much, especially in this COVID epidemic, because sugar, when it's taken into the bloodstream, you know, via the GI tract, it can stifle the activity of white blood cells for a few hours. So in other words, we take away an immune defense when we eat a lot of sugar, and that's important. And remember this, diabetics and especially overweight people are behind the eight ball with COVID-19 because basically, if you have too much sugar in your blood, your immune system is going to go down. And this is a problem for the diabetics, you know. So a lower blood sugar and giving kids good foods with lots of fiber, less sugar, good vitamins and minerals and antioxidants, that's the way to go. So that's the reframe for parents during this crisis.
Yeah, I think that's such a good point. And now you've got a lot of parents who go, oh no, my kid's picky. They're not going to eat healthy food, but you have some really great suggestions that I want to share with parents out there. Let's just go down the list.
Sure.
First off, I've got proteins, healthy proteins like almond butter. I've got hummus out and also boiled eggs.
Great combination. And remember, in a boiled egg, not only are you going to get a good quality protein, but you're going to get some magnesium in that egg as well. And magnesium is vital for for everybody on the planet. It is vitally important.
Okay, and then when it comes to sort of satisfying the sweet tooth, you've got raisins, grapes are on the list, also figs and apples.
Great combinations, hopefully organic. I like the organic varietals because a lot of the fruits are sprayed. Grapes are sprayed, you know, pretty heavily. The worst sprayed, you know, fruits and vegetables are apples, strawberries, and peaches. Now, I really love apples. I'll tell you why. There was a study in Holland, and green apples, now kids may not eat green apples, they may prefer a red apple, but green apples have quercetin. And quercetin is a bioflavonoid found in onions and apples and actually black tea. And quercetin fights respiratory viruses. There's great studies to show that it is an antidote to respiratory viruses, and people do much better, you know, taking quercetin compounds. So I love the fact that you're giving these kids, you know, apples, preferably green apples over red apples.
And would you do I like the combination of apples and almond butter, for instance. So add
great combination.
Yeah.
No,
and very easy, right? Okay, I want to show everyone, I just did this. I'm so proud of myself. I didn't do it. I mean, really, I just, you know, it's from the grocery store.
Oh man, that's a carotenoid, bioflavonoid dream. That's blueberries and papaya. And that will help with the sweet tooth of a kid, you know. And look, this is fructose, folks. This isn't taking in glucose or sucrose. So if you're taking in fructose in these fruits, you're not going to get the insulin response that you're going to get with pure glucose. So this is a good way of getting sugar into kids. You don't want kids eating a lot of, you know, carbohydrates, chocolates, pastries, things like that. These heavily, even sugar cereals. These are great substitutes because you want to wean down the evil sugars. Like soda is the worst thing you can give a child right now because it's, look, a 12-ounce soda may have, what, 25 or 20 teaspoons of sugar in it. You want to get away from sugar during this pan-epidemic.
Yeah. And then finally, you say vegetables, right? And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm thinking of my niece and nephew, what kind of vegetables do kids eat? I brought out carrots and celery sticks, pre-washed, pre-cut. And then also, you love cucumbers. Explain why.
Ooh, I love cucumbers. I'll tell you, listen, there's lots of foods that make the blood sort of acidic, you know. Cucumbers are one of the most alkalizing, meaning they raise the blood pH of any of the vegetables, and they're very hydrating as well. So if a child wants to take a raw cucumber, I love it because it does so many good things for the body. Not only does it raise pH, but it hydrates, and we all need hydration during a pan-epidemic because we need hydration intracellular, and that's the key. So I'm all in on cucumbers. That's one of my top favorite vegetables to take for general health and certainly during a pandemic.
Yeah, I like slicing cucumbers and adding tomatoes, so making a little tomato cucumber salad, or doing cucumbers and hummus. I think is really good too.
Oh, that'd be good too. And if kids like cherry tomatoes, tomatoes have lycopene, another nice, good carotenoid. You know, I so these are great little treats for kids. And if we can get kids to eat them, I think it's going to support their immune system. You've suggested a multitude of fresh fruits and vegetables that if kids gravitate to and get off the sugars, the glucose, the white table sugar that's found in a lot of carbohydrates like pastries, for example, this is a great start for kids. And this is a reframe for parents. This is it.
Yeah,
This is a reframe of the coronavirus to get your child to eat more nutritious, and it's also delicious for the kids, so that it'll get them on the right track.
I think they will become accustomed to these tastes. I feel like, as a person, I say this without children, but if this is what you have in the home, this is what their taste buds get used to. Is that right?
Oh, you said something very, very important. Children follow what parents do, not what they say. So if a parent is organizing these fruits and vegetables when a kid goes to school, the child sees this, and basically the child will follow that behavior. This is very important. Families that smoke a lot, for example, children will smoke in families. Families that drink a lot of alcohol, a lot of those children will drink alcohol, because children mirror what parents do. Not what they say, but they'll mirror the habits of parents. So I'm glad you brought that up. That was a good point.
All right. Well, Dr. Sinatra, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I think that this is going to be a helpful relief for a lot of parents. And I just want to add one more thing. It wasn't expensive to do this. It was I did it in a very cost-effective way. So I don't want people to think that eating healthy means having to spend a whole lot more money on this stuff.
That's absolutely correct. And even when you choose organic foods, it's only a few pennies more. So that's the important aspect. I really like that. Thanks for sharing that.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Very good information there, Sonia. What's your child's favorite healthy snack? We want you to let us know if they've got one, maybe 2 or 3. Text us at 214-977-6028 and let us know what they are. We just might show them on the air. Once again, 214-977-6028. Say